Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Tuesday. Today we're in for a treat, and I'm just along for the ride, so I would like you, Steven, to tell me, what have I signed up for?
Your intro is more and more masterpiece theater every time you do it.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome.
We're in your rocking chair with your little cardigan.
Yeah, I'm ready for cardigan weather. It's hot. It's uncomfortably hot.
Man, it's a big day for us. It's a fun day, at least. Maybe not a big day, but it's a fun day. If you're a new player for looking at Flesh and Blood, you've been curious about how to play the game, you want to get started playing the game, maybe you bought some Aria Blitz decks and that was like, whoa, that was crazy, but maybe, I don't know what's going on and how does Ball Lightning work?
Or Uprising.
Uprising. There's some... Here's what we've done. We put together a starter bundle designed particularly to solve that problem. And one of the ways you can solve the problem is by using the decks that Flesh and Blood has already made. These are incredible. These are the Ira Starter decks.
I think they were actually called the Ira Welcome deck.
Yeah, they were. And we wrote it on the website on the product description, but like these are so underutilized, it's nutty. The amount of people who didn't know they exist, who weren't able to start the game with these, who were like, what's an Ira deck, is monumental. So we immediately kind of started saying, we got to get more of these out to people, because when we first started with Flesh and Blood way early,
Long time ago.
When, God, what was it? Arcane Rising? Pre-Arcane Rising?
That would have been post-Arcane Rising, pre-Crucible.
Right on. So when that was going on, we did a promotion where we worked with Legend Story and just sent free Ira decks to anybody who was willing to pay shipping for them. Yeah. And we sent a metric ton of Ira decks. And that, I feel like, helped get a lot of players into the game and kind of see the fundamentals of it before they started getting into booster packs and drafting, sealed, that kind of world. So we wanted to do something similar to that. But this is more of you get the Ira decks, then you also get these Tales of Aria Blitz decks, which came to our attention because A, we had a pretty good amount of them from the Aria days, and B, because all three of these heroes on these Blitz decks are actually pretty meta viable right now. Like when you think about the meta, Oldhim, Lexi, and Briar, pretty good spread of heroes there. So also good for new players to kind of start getting into the more competitive side of Flesh and Blood with heroes that are actually there right now. Like this is an Azalea Blitz deck, for instance. So that's going on. And then
it's like a double cut on that one.
On top of that, a set of brand new Majestic tokens. And these are really helpful because they track some of the functions of the game that can be very confusing up front. Like resources. Just the resource tokens in this pack is helpful. So when we started playing, when we were getting into the game, you pitch that blue card, you pay one cost, and then nothing indicates that you have these kind of two monetary resources floating. And there were some early interactions where it's like, how many resources you got left? Did you pay one for that Razor Reflex that's now in the discard pile? Those kinds of things. So we included some tokens not only to make it easier to track, but to also give you something nice to experience the game in a nicer way whenever you're starting. And then finally, what's up?
The title is hilarious.
Did it not change?
No, it did. Starting Flesh and Blood TCG with Ira and Aria things. And people were like, who's Ira? They thought Ira was a person. Who's Ira?
I mean, Ira is a fantasy person.
I would.
Crimson Haze.
If we could have Ira as a special guest on the stream.
That would be cool. This is actually a cosplay stream. Then finally, the last thing that we're doing is we have some in our large archive of promos. We had some promos that were very workable with these Aria heroes. It's Burgeoning, Weave Lightning, and the other one, Polar Blast.
Polar Express.
And they're in like red, blue, and yellow. And so whenever you buy one of these starters, there's going to be 3 random promos, a random color of Burgeoning, a random color of Weave Lightning, and a random color of Polar Blast.
I love that. Any of the elementals, but the lightning foils particularly, like I'm seeing it from an angle over here.
Oh, they look really good. Fantastic. In fact, let's
one thing on the Aria Blitz decks too that's notable, and this is true of the limited set for Aria too. The cards between these decks are actually the most shareable.
Yeah, great.
Because the way these heroes worked, the talent was elemental. So like Briar is Earth and Lightning, so she can actually play either of these promos, but she can also play cards from both of these decks. which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
in terms of if you're starting and you want to do a little bit of deck building, that kind of a thing.
Totally, and the promos work for that too, right? Yep. So like Burgeoning, Weave, and Polar Blast, those can all be shared across 2 heroes. That's kind of the beauty of Aria. In fact, in retrospect, it was a pretty good set, at least conceptually. I mean, it's really nice to have this 3 share thing going on. That was really cool.
I think from a limited perspective, that's a really awesome mechanical balance.
Yeah.
The fundamental struggle with the set is that you had Rosetta Thorn for Briar, which kind of pushed her a little over the top, I think. And then you also had a Ranger, which have Ranger problems.
You had a Ranger. That's your...
Yeah. But in terms of mechanics of the game and learning, this is also such a great, like... I think Ira is the basics. And then stepping up here, this is like the deepest you're going to go in the game.
It actually is one of the most complex interactions there across these Aria heroes so far, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Uprising was like a cakewalk comparatively. It was like
Totally.
damage. Whoa.
Okay. And then like the key draconic mechanic is things on the 4th chain link.
Chain link or pitch and red cards, is the whole game. Other important things before we, and if you're not a new player, this is very relevant to you, which I think there's a lot of players watching that are not necessarily brand new. Hopefully, just to see Zach and I's lovely faces after me being gone for a week. And Zach, singles. We restocked a ton of singles, like a metric ton of singles. I've said metric ton twice now. A metric ton is over 2,000 pounds?
You've said a metric ton of times. Like, let's keep going.
Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back.
Hey, I'm looking at the singles category. So it was Uprising, Tales of Aria, and Everfest.
Yep.
All got restocked.
All got restocks. Here's our grand strategy. Make them cheaper than TCG player. We figured it out. You look at it and you'd be like, well, when you go lower than that, they'll sell maybe.
The reaction to our Uprising singles 2 weeks ago when we launched was incredible. We sold out of so
like
much
piranhas in the
stuff.
water.
Yeah. I was trying to check out if you weren't here. And it was failing me, so then I didn't get any of the stuff I wanted. And people still beat me to the punch today, even though it was before the stream. So I'll continue waiting. I got to find that Dracana Optimi Marvel. But all that said, those are all stocks if you want any of that. And if you order it sometime soon, it'll probably ship today, if not tomorrow. And most places in the U.S. within a couple days.
And we're on the eve of a new web platform, so that's going to be fun. But until then, utilize those tags when you get to the singles category on the website. There's a little thing, and we hid it because we like hiding things because we don't want to annoy you. But it's usually to our detriment at this point. So you can expand the filter by tag section and click on all sorts of things like Majestic or the other one, Marvel.
You can do it by set,
Legendary,
foil, etc.
Legend of Tales of Aria, Uprising.
Legend of Oldham.
All of those things can be done. And also, finally, the biggest announcement of all, Van's birthday today. Can you believe it? Happy birthday, Van. You've been here for, I would wager,
another year around the sun.
At least 200 to 300 streams at this point.
So you were talking about my intro skills
You're
earlier.
a math guy.
We've been doing this for over the 4 or 5 days a week for over 2 years.
Yeah.
So we've done at least probably
there's been vacations.
4,000 streams.
No. 4,000? There's only 365 days in a year.
Oh, I did that as weeks.
Wait, you're in charge of finance around here?
50 weeks. We've probably done...
We've had a very successful year. Yeah. 400 million.
$1 bazillion in Shroot bucks. Probably 500 plus streams.
That's awesome. Number. Van's been here for at least half of them. We couldn't start him without him. So it's at least been
as far
maybe
as I'm
all 500.
None of the streams start until Van says sup.
So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk a little about Flesh and Blood throughout the stream. Of course, we're going to be talking about Flesh and Blood the whole time. But we're going to start by playing these Ira decks against each other, Zach and I. And then we're each going to choose a Tales of Aria Blitz deck, and we're going to play that against each other.
It might surprise you. Who chooses
and what? We'll see where it goes from there. And then I still want to finish off the Uprising draft.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Final Four or whatever we've got. We need to jam those out.
I assume that was next week, but I'm not in charge.
Well, you can just look at the content calendar and see what's next week,
I got out of that business.
He's not a calendar guy.
We have a meeting tomorrow.
So that's right. So we're gonna play these Ira decks, and I'm gonna sleeve them because I'm not a monster.
Rain says happy 4,000th stream. Jonathan says that's a metric ton of streams. Killer commentary. All right, let's go top down. I want to see these decks. These are new.
Yeah.
These are different.
Now you can print these out on the Flesh and Blood website, but it's nicer to get them in the cardboard.
That's why we're here.
Oh, look at me! I'm just.
Can we get?
Wait a minute.
We need delay so we can do the reaction to ourselves and have it embedded over and over again.
All right, let's go to the top down.
All right,
here we go.
They had a 2018 Ira deck, and this is definitely different for a few reasons. One, they didn't have this nice. Apparently, you can go to fabtcg.com/L2P for a learn to play video. I'm curious what that looks like. And apparently that's also where you can find simplified rules for beginners.
LTP is also what the kids say on like Call of Duty and Fortnite and stuff whenever you're bad at things.
Oh, my nephews say that when I'm playing video games.
At least they used to. Do they still do that? I used to say that all the time, like during like early Dota and stuff. LTP, noob, you know, like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It was all part of very nice. Everybody was very nice to each other. Look at this.
So not only do you get the link to the site, it has here's how the table should be laid out.
Oh, come on, FAB.
And did you know it's acceptable practice? I did not know this.
Ooh, these are nice, man.
Until recently. So just to kind of lay it out, if you flip this deck over, if you're getting one of these things, you'll have an Ira and an Edge of Autumn. Ira Crimson Haze, an Edge of Autumn. And you're supposed to put your hero in the middle and your weapon next to your hero. Well, let's put her in the middle for me.
Okay.
But I didn't know this. Obviously, it fits in terms of the way it lays out and looks nice and balanced and stuff. But it's acceptable behavior to put your armor and stuff on the left or right.
Oh, come on.
I would have been doing it definitely the opposite.
Yeah. You draw with your right-handed person, right?
But you know I do this weird. I would rather draw with my left hand, for sure.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, do it. Start doing it. You'll trip everybody out.
I know, it's going to be weird.
Everyone's going to be upset about it.
I'm going to start doing the combat chain backwards.
Oh my gosh. You actually will do that.
That's actually got to be left or right. That's just proper.
Yeah.
If you're in English.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. If we're in Israel, go backwards.
They might do right to left. I think they do right to left, like China, Japan. I think all of the Eastern languages are right to left.
Yeah, I was...
Like when you get a manga, you heard of these mangas?
Is that like the cartoon books? That's a double joke. I have a friend who's into anime, and he was having me watch some, and I would always call them cartoons just to be me.
Just to see what happened.
So like,
oh yeah. Am I supposed to open this or is it stapled?
It opens.
Is it okay?
Look at this. That's what I was going to show. On the inside, there's a little simplified rules document.
This is so nice. This reminds me a little of those old games we used to get, but this is just a better version of it.
It is a much better version of it.
Also worth noting, Dante Del Frisco is in the chat, which is one of the great joys of my life. Ira, welcome decks are the truest test of skill in this game. Looking forward to watching this.
It is as fun. I think it's as fundamental as you can get.
Yeah.
Dante out there, people that don't know, is apparently one of Canada's best.
Apparently.
At Fab.
He was at one point, for sure.
He's about to put that to the test. He's going to France.
Is he?
And we'll see
what kind
of player Del Frisco is.
Didn't Mike just totally like surpass him without even trying?
Mike has had a couple hits lately. Mike actually went to the Pro Tour in New Jersey and finished top. I think Mike was like 15th or 16th or something in there. 18th maybe.
Dante's got my strategy. Do well at one thing and then never play again.
Well, Dante did well at like the first couple callings.
Yeah.
Like I think he was top 8 in Vegas.
There was like 3 people playing, you know? And like they didn't even really care.
Vegas event was pretty big. But the Mike also, I think he got second at a Battle Hardened recently, a big Battle Hardened in Canada, which, Mike's good. Mike knows what's up. But Mike is not going to France.
But wait, Yuki's in Canada. So they're doomed. They'll never be that good.
Well, if Yuki would play non-Ranger,
I know.
It would be a problem for all of us.
I know. Yeah, and that's why we play Rangers, so we never have to see if we're actually good or bad.
Yeah.
But Yuki actually does really well.
You know what? This is a good opportunity. I've been hearing about these things for years.
All right, so if you're new, you don't have to do this. You don't have to sleeve your cards. But if you do want to sleeve your cards, it's nice. And you can get, here's our recommendation. Katanas, Dragon Shield mats, or anything that isn't used by Eric Wainwright, basically. Don't use these penny sleeves. Don't go highlight or go to the, what do you call those things that puts them in the little plastic shell? You know, laminate. He basically goes to the library and laminates his cards. He's the craziest person on earth.
It'd be amazing if he actually just laminated his cards.
But you can find them online. You can find them on our website. It's about $10 a pack. You can go down to your local game store if you have one of those. They should have sleeves for sale. It's a nice way to keep your cards nice and to shuffle better.
They usually even have sleeves at like Target and Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
If you, like,
nobody wants to give them money.
I know, but I'm saying if you don't have somewhere that you normally would go, vintage stock's another kind of place you could go.
Yeah.
Anyways, another kind of sleeve that I've been hearing about for years. I just happened to get these recently and had them over here, so I'm going to try it. KMC Hypermat.
Wow. That is the kind of branding that screams this product is either phenomenal or awful.
Well, a lot of Magic players apparently use these for a long time.
I've heard of KMC all the time, yeah.
So I got the Hypermat Black and the Hyper Phoenix.
But look at this. If I saw this on the shelf, I would never think this was worth buying.
But it also is a little bit alluring.
I know, because it's just like with wine. Apparently, you're supposed to find a good region and then find the least good-looking bottle. Because if the wine's good, you don't have to spend the money on the brand.
That's right. So I just wanted to try them out. The regular Hypermats have apparently smooth shuffling. Right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that was a promise. That's good.
So, anyways, I'm just going to try out these Hypermats.
Apparently, they're going to change your life. Who said that?
Andrew
Carr said they are going to change your life. Mason Brantley, I love KMC Hypers. There's a whole culture here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been going on a sleeve tour over the past couple of years, and I just wanted to complete the tour.
Yeah. Good. Look at this. Scar for a Scar. One of the most quintessential cards in all of Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, speaking of quintessential, can we pull up the promo version of Scar for a Scar? Promo Scar for a Scar?
Promo Scar for a Scar?
Actually, can we call it... We have we built a system that's listening to our voices to pull these cards up. I'd like to have it be called the Beautiful Scar for a Scar.
I don't even know. What's the word? Jonathan, can you tell me how to get the promo Scar for a Scar in here? Can we just say ridiculous, beautiful, like Zach said?
Rain Bold saying...
Just keeps pulling up normal one.
Steven over here really embarrassing himself, being unaware of the smooth shuffle.
I didn't know anything about the smooth shuffle.
Do the smooth shuffle.
I grew up on the Dragon Shield loaf of bread shuffle, so I don't know what smooth even means, you know?
Andrew's saying Japan knows what they're doing. You don't get that typical corner snag Dragon Shield, actually, before they get worn in.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm just looking for the best here.
I mean, if you want things to be done well, go to Japan, right?
I was actually, I don't know who it was. It may have been you, Andrew, talking in our Classics channel the other day on our Discord.
You mean our Netrunner channel?
No. He was talking about...
hostile takeover over there,
There's this beautiful game, but it's in Japanese.
Uh-huh.
And I've always... anyways, I was like, I'm curious. I just want to Google. I was like, how hard is it to learn Japanese? And then it was like... It's ranked as like the hardest language in the world to learn because I think it's backwards and also it's the symbology stuff.
There's a lot of good reasons. Jonathan took it in college and went to Japan. Did you not know that?
I knew he went to Japan.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because as I remember it, there's like kanji, which is just basically like symbols for things. Mm-hmm. You just have to know what they are, right? Yeah. It's not like they're spelling things; it's just you got to know it. And then there's more traditional. I think there's like 3 variations, like more traditional language that is, but it's not. It doesn't come out of. I don't think I'm speaking completely out of understanding here, but
you're out of your depth here.
I don't think it's as much generated from a verbal. What do you call it? Whenever you spell things out,
pronunciation.
It's not like based on that kind of a language center. It's more of a building blocks of words taken together create a universal image. I don't know. It's interesting. That's just from Jonathan talking to me on a few nights about what it's like. What's up, Chris Gilbert?
Brian, I think my friend...
Thank you. That's what I was like.
Eric, that we're sort of poking at here, was saying that he did the same thing Brian did, which is bought clearance Keyforge sleeves by the case, set for a while, bought 150 packs.
Yeah, it's wild. Some people really got on there. Yeah, that's it. Kanji, Romaji, and katakana. I remember katakana, yeah. Traditional, phonetic, and then localization, effectively. That's cool. Mason, thank you. That makes total sense.
Feel these things. They do live up to their promise.
All right, now clean your mouth out with some dragon. Ooh.
It is smooth shuffling. I get the corner catching.
Now wait a second. What is this? This is a whole new thing.
And this isn't even the Hyper Phoenix version. Look at this.
You got the Hyper Phoenix?
It had a Phoenix on it. I thought
What does that mean?
I don't know. Everything was in Japanese.
But it doesn't promise a smooth shuffle, does
Unique
it?
compression sealing
does, actually.
technology, protects and stores, highest clarity, embossed finish. Made in Japan. I don't know.
This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice.
It is smooth.
Weird.
It's like a smooth shuffle.
Huh. Hold on, let me go back to these. It actually feels a little bit weak now, these Dragon
But
Shields.
that said, the better question is going to be how do these feel in 100 games?
Yeah.
So we will see.
Or like Dragon Shield in 100 years, which I still have my old Dragon Shield classics from like... Gairan, who Jonathan's saying, kanji is symbols, hiragana is just spelling, katakana is just spelling for foreign words. Like our italics, but more confusing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Talknock, I currently it is smoother, but new sleeves of all kinds are smooth. So I'll report back.
All right, and then I'm going to use my existing Majestic token set so that we don't have to crack into a new one.
Smart. You have a future in this business.
That's right. But we don't have any armor.
No armor,
right?
no.
So that's for our features. You get your 4 things, but then I do think these activation tokens would be helpful for new players as well. You take 2 resource tokens, I take 2 resource tokens. I'll take 2 of these, you can take 2 of these.
Thank you.
And then that's what you can do as a new player with this token set. And then we're not going to do a full-on, here's how you play Flesh and Blood, because like there's a million videos of that, including our own. But we will show you what it's like to play these Ira decks, which did we do this at the very beginning? We play Ira against each other?
I don't think we ever played it.
I think we did.
And remember, you can always go to fabtcg.com/L2P. L2P. And watch a video, apparently.
There you go.
If you're brand new.
All right, you want to roll to go first?
Oh, sure.
Evens, odds, etc. Even Steven, I'll go... Usually bad decks, I want to go second.
I think bad decks want to go, or good decks want, no matter who you are, wants to go second.
Forever and always.
I mean, is a 5-card hand better than tempo is the question.
You can squeak through some damage on that first turn and still get an arsenal card in some matchups. You have a lot of dominate, and like a lot of times it might be worth it.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll go second.
Boop. Making me go first, I see.
That's right.
Sucker.
Just the wrong advice every time, yeah. See, you got these lunging presses that you might have. I certainly don't have in hand.
I have none of this.
Oh my gosh, these cards are awesome.
How many cards are you presenting?
How many do I have? What?
How many cards are you presenting?
Presenting? What do you mean
How
presenting?
many in your deck? You can ask.
Presenting? I mean 4.
So when
there's 2 on the board.
When your opponent, technically this is deep level. When your opponent hands you the deck to cut, you can ask how many cards they're presenting.
30 card decks.
Okay.
I presume you're presenting the same amount?
I can't tell
Also, you're clearly playing too much Flesh and Blood at this point. Being asked how many cards I'm presenting is a real turnoff.
I will just... That's actually really interesting. Because I can threaten and you clear out cards, but if we end up in a blocky situation, then clearing out cards at 30 cards is actually a weird asset. We're back. All right. I'll just Arsenal pass. Don't like it.
Well, I don't like this either.
When I realized, too, you have every card that I see in your deck. It's really funny. We both sitting here with 2 scars in our hand. No one wants to swing.
Interesting. So you're at 30. How much health are you presenting?
I'm at 20. Okay. 30 cards.
20. Where's I need my boop.
Your Majestic board.
Now, if you're new, this is a Majestic
slap one
board.
of these in your cart.
You slap one in your cart. Or you can use a die, or you can just write it down. 20, you start with 20. We made these Majestic boards because they're nice.
Yeah.
See you, Terrence. Okay, so if you have Scar for a Scar, and I have Scar for a Scar, what does that mean exactly?
I mean, if I take 4 so that I can send 4 that you can block, that's a ruse.
Do you have defense reactions in there? Are there like sinks and stuff?
Like a springboard somersault?
Oh, but that would be down there.
Or like let me pull up that list real quick. There's certain... So some of the cards we pop they're different in this Ira deck.
Oh, yeah.
There's an Ira lunging press apparently.
What does that look like? Is it just the border? I think it's just the border. Yeah. Okay.
What's different about it?
Nothing. I'm going to swing Edge of Autumn. I'm going to pitch this blue card. Generates 3 money. So it costs me 1 to activate this. It has go again. It's 1 cost. Or 1 attack coming at you.
I will not block.
He doesn't block.
Take 1.
Taking 1. Okay. Then I'll play a blue Brutal Assault for 5, courtesy of Ira's abilities, the second attack.
So good. I will take 5.
And a lunging press for +1.
Take 6.
Arsenal pass.
This 7 damage is a lot to get in on the first turn.
That's right. Better be coming at me like a banshee.
Let's go Red Scar first.
Oh,
attack for 4 with go again.
Okay. Well. Let's just have a think about... Wow, these cards are good. Ninja, man.
Wait, I don't have to load these in my arsenal first? I can just play it? It has go again printed on it? That says draw a card?
How... If I'd have started here, I'd have never picked up Ranger.
Well...
It's not true.
Sometimes them's the beats.
Also. All right, so Scar would go again for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs blocking? Have we discovered American style fab already?
Where we're going, we don't need blocking. We immediately did discover American style fab.
Well, supposing yes.
Sorry, Alex. My words were not intended to hurt.
Okay, we can make this work. I'm going to declare no defense. Do you have any reactions?
I'll pass.
Okay, I'll take 4. Chain continues, or do you want to close it?
I'm going to carry on.
Okay.
We're going to pitch this blue head jab. Using
declare what you're playing first before you pitch the card, please.
I'm going to edge Autumn for 2.
Wow, really working that Edge of Autumn there for 2. Do we have hit effects in here? Any hit effects there?
There are some. Ian Schaefer, what's up? Saying if Steven started out with Ninja, he may well be a calling champion by now.
I will declare no blocks. Take 2. Do you have any reactions?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
What are you trying to do? Get under my health?
I'm just saying.
Let's go Whirling Mist Blossom.
That's one I have to block.
Yeah. Attack for 2, go again. If it's a second or higher chain link in a row to hit, I draw 2 cards. I would not recommend allowing that to hit.
Is it just the lunging presses that I have to worry about? You have anything weird in there? You have razors or anything?
I don't know. Are they in there? He's got 1 floating, 1 in hand, 1 in arsenal. He did not block.
Like
7 damage.
Everything in my head says Razor Reflex here. Do we have Razor in the deck?
I honestly don't know. Might not be in my deck. Might be in my hand.
How many Razor Reflex are you presenting?
If it's in there, I think everything's a 3 of.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to honor the lunging press, which I know is in the deck.
Just risk it for the biscuit. Yeah.
But we're going to block that for 3.
Okay. Then I will attack you for 5 with Torrent of Tempo. If it hits, it gets go again.
Solid. And you could have a 0 down there in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All the clear, no blocks.
Take 5.
Take 5.
Call me in the morning.
That's it. The end of the onslaught, huh?
That's it, yeah.
All right, great. All right. Well, how about me killing your car? Scar for Scar Red. Coming at you for 4 with go again.
I'll take 4.
Nice.
I can't let you have another scar in hand with go again. I'm not an idiot.
Let's go Bittering Thorns for 4. I'm going to pitch a blue. 2 floating. If it hits, my next attack is +1.
Okay. I will not block. Go to reactions.
Pass. Nice.
Springboard Somersault
Perfect
from Arsenal.
time for it, yeah. And then let's go Flying Kick for 7.
That's pretty good. How good is my hand?
This game is so good in this moment, like in Ira land. Just the early, it's important to go back to the fundies. All these kids trying to make things more complex over time. I'm just trying to make things smaller. Less. Truck's manual transmission. My house is 280. My grass gets mowed. I'm a simple man.
What is happening? Where am I?
It's a great somersault.
Thanks.
It was devastating. Yeah. Otherwise, it was 2 cards or +2. It's crazy.
Yeah. I arsenal that turn 1. Just hold on.
Stay on target.
It's really notably interesting. I just can't.
You can take 7, man. What's 7? Grand scheme of things. Going down to 2, you threaten 11 or 12, and then we're in the grind.
Nope. Ain't doing it.
You've gotten better
Watch
with
that
all of your playing.
7's a big number. I'm looking at my hand and realizing how little I can do in comparison. And it's like, well, he's eventually going to do that little in comparison too. So
no way, man. I shuffle my deck better non-smoothly.
Arsenal pass. Yeah, that's the real test of the sleeves. Does it give me the perfect random, consistently random that I'm after? Over to you.
Okay.
Notably, as the first player, we now have even health, both down 11, and I have an Arsenal card. And we're in the same position we were at earlier. So I did all that work to get ahead an Arsenal card.
I'm going to send Edge of Autumn at you for 1 damage.
It's going to be a no block for me, dog.
And then we'll send
See you, Curtis.
a Bittering Thorns for 4. If it hits, my next attack is +1 with go again.
How good is Ira?
It's so good. Turning 3s into 4s, man. It's like crazy. It's yellow, too. What the heck? Codus Ray. What's your is that a procedurally generated like big bird?
Maybe. I don't know.
Or is it something lewd?
Or is it like a Bored Ape?
Bored Ape Bird Club?
4, 2 with the same card.
Ryan Borland saying, Dragon Shield's over here shuffling with 200 grit sandpaper while KMC is gliding graphite smooth. Put it right there on the box. Your Scar's online, I guess.
We'll take 3.
Take 4?
We'll take 4.
Okay, hit effect triggers. Nice attacks +1. Throw a Scar for 5. No go again.
Yeah, it's the same math.
Coda says it's from an old Commodore 64 game. Very cool. Very, very cool.
5. London presses +1.
That's right. But you have to account for the razor too, which is +3, and if it hits, go again.
I ain't seen a
Just
single
in case
razor
you
in this
didn't
deck.
Jonathan Paiva saying every Dominion player is a Fab player, but not every Fab player is a Dominion player. Squares rectangles argument. Is that true? What's Dominion?
Dominion is a board game.
Nice.
Have you played Dominion?
Maybe. Is it the one? Is it the popular one? No, I'm thinking of Splendor.
Dominion is
Is
popular.
it Splendor?
Looks like this. I played it.
Yeah, I've seen it a million times. What does it play like? What do we have to do? Do we make combos? Is it a tableau building game or a Euro placement game?
I don't know how to categorize it.
It has cards.
Yeah, it's
Do
about
you get victory points?
always.
Okay.
Show me a game without victory points, and I'll show you something that's not a board game.
Oh, it's so good. It's the original deck building game, said Andrew.
Yeah, I'll block 3.
Ooh, Dad likes his hand.
Take 2.
Yeah.
Well, I have to make a bet at some point.
Pass and then Arsenal.
And this is I'm hoping this is the hand I can get you to block.
Well, as long as you do 9, you're guaranteed to get me to block.
Well, edge bottom.
Well, we'll see. Okay. Let's see what we're working with here. One, huh?
Bacon Man says, I love Dominion and I'm now interested in Fab. Math checks out.
Boom. Yeah, nice. We don't block 1, and there's no exchange for that's good, so you got me.
And we'll send a Bittering Thorns for 4. Just don't have that somersault in the arsenal.
Pass blocks, good reactions. Got any?
Ah, boo!
Play a springboard somersault before.
That's good. Boo! Torrent of Tempo for 5. If it hits, it gets go again.
So we can shut it down now. You don't even want to play that card.
I will play it if that hits.
Really?
It's basically lethal if it...
Oh, is it?
Oh, you know. If it hits, but if it doesn't hit, then we get an Arsenal card.
Oh, is it? Well, I mean, I'm in a. It's a tough spot because I can't conveniently cover up 5 with no 3 blocks.
That is tough.
I'm being honest.
Andrew Cartwright asking if anyone else's sound cut out. If you can't hear us, then you can't hear what I'm saying. So, good luck.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, Rand saying he's good.
Okay, you're on 2. You're in a real bad spot here. Let's not get stuck. Okay. 5. And then you send it, and then you have the option to potato. That's good. That's a good question, man. That's tough. Weird lines. Take it.
Arsenal.
He knew it. He knew it. He was lying the whole time.
Sure be a shame there's 0 for 4 in Arsenal, wouldn't there?
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're in the whittle phase. How whittle? Well...
Wasn't ready.
It's so funny.
That is funny.
That's so funny. Validate the funniness of that. Okay, you're at 3, I'm at 2. You're Lebowski, I'm Lebowski. It's that kind of thing is going on. So let's go. Man, this is an internal question, isn't it? So if we can threaten, then that. We're in the grinder now. You got 3, and we're in the wood chipper. Yeah. And I assume you got that somersault down there, right? We can all assume that. So that doesn't honor, you don't have to honor that. You have to honor that. You have to honor that. You have to honor that.
This is hilarious. Coda saying, I got the email saying my cosmic counters and trays have been dispatched same day as ordered. Thanks for the fast turnaround. Thank you for ordering from us. We try to get orders out the door as soon as possible, always.
Blue head jab for 1.
That's just silly.
Be a shame if you didn't block that, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no block.
Reactions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pass.
I'll take 1. Boldly go to defeat. Look at that. Potato head jab. Torres says, if there were a Team Covenant drinking game, then we'd have to take a drink every time Steven quotes Big Lebowski. Yeah. I'm not saying you should make one and do it without telling us about it, but if there was one the community was engaging in, that would be amusing.
All right, let's go Whirling Miss Blossom for 3.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 3 block in hand there?
One card left.
1 card. That's right.
Block 2. Good reaction.
Pass.
Play a springboard from hand.
Oh, there we go. He's springboarding now. Edge of Autumn for 1 with Gogan. Ryan Brownlee saying, I think my goal for Fab is to understand enough to watch tournament coverage. I don't know if I have room for a second competitive game. Tournaments go deep. If you're like watching Pro Tour, I even have trouble sometimes. I like that the speech analyzer thought I said protuberant.
Protuberant. Oh, man. For 1?
Just 1, man. It's only lethal.
Yeah, I will...
You know, this is to find out who's
Block
better between Dragon Shields and KMCs. Let's finish it off with Scarf 4.
Block 2 from hand.
That's it?
That's it. I had nothing. Alright, let's upgrade.
We got it. Let's do one more. You want to do another Ira?
Okay,
let's do another. Do another.
You can go first this time.
I'll go first. You go second. We'll see if it matters.
Yeah, I'm in... I kept a blue head jab to put in Arsenal. I could have blocked with it the turn before, but I knew that it would get very grindy. And if I needed to, like, if that turn, I drew 2 defense reactions that I can't play from Arsenal. But if I had 3s, it's like, I think I can survive. So the next turn, be able to poke you for 1 that you probably don't want to block. Yeah. And then come in with, like, I had a scar. So a scar for 5 would go again after that. But that 2 health really cost me the game. Dante, Steven confirmed better. No question in my mind now.
Duff Frisco's right. He's never been wrong about anything, as you know.
Not once ever.
Not once. His opinion's always valid, especially when it comes to Flesh and Blood.
Infallible.
I'm going first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, how do we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it Mamba number 5 style.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5. Little bit of down the handy, gotta do it bit.
That Ira flying kick you sent at me was real good. 2 for 7, right?
Yeah, 2 for 7. It's quite good. Okay, now we're looking at what we can do here. We can do 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
3, 4.
Lord almighty.
Oh, man. You guys remember Dante when he played Chain? What did he get? Top 4 at Vegas?
I think it was top 8.
Was it top 8?
May have been top 4. I actually the other day Mike linked to that video because his opponent plays 2 Razor Reflex on the same turn to basically mean that Dante never gets to block with his husk. So like he attacks for like 2, and no one's playing Razor in their chain decks at that point.
Yeah, that was a real bummer, wasn't
And
it?
then he had both to get him under it, and you just see Dante's face go like this.
So you guys, so it's basically let's review tape and then just make fun of Dante Del Frisco.
That's half of being on the Wolfpack.
Okay, what's interesting here, Zach, is that if I swing with this Edge of Autumn, you kind of have to block it because like otherwise you're just...
That's what I was saying earlier about, do I care about getting cards out of your hand?
Yeah.
The game's never going to go to the end
It's
of the
technically, it might. If we start blocking, it might.
I don't know, man.
If I had a dedicated need to take this to fatigue, I could do it.
I feel like the cards don't block nearly as efficiently as they attack.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of time, like, you gave me several moments where it's like, or I gave you the one, you have to block 3 for my 1 card. You can't, it's really hard to actually block that.
All right, I'm going to Arsenal pass it over to you. As in, I'm going to pass my action, you're going to pass priority back to me, and then we're going to move to the end phase.
Yeah, like you do. All right, let's go Edge of Autumn for 1.
Who could have seen that coming? I'll take it. Declare no blocks.
I'll go ahead and lunge and press it.
I'll take that too because here we are.
And then I'll go Brutal Assault for 4.
Hey, that looks familiar. I've been in this space before.
If I block this, I don't do as much, and then they're going to keep sending these big turns at me.
What the heck? Okay, this is going to be a weird one I'm about to do here. Back at you, buddy.
Ian's saying it's the best half of being the Wolfpack.
Okay.
Dante left us for a while, so we didn't really have a chance to make fun of him.
I know, and he's my favorite part of everything.
Yeah. He's back, though. Deep in that Pro Tour grind.
Block 3, take 1.
Arsenal pass.
Yeah. All right, how about Edge of Autumn for 1? Go again there.
You already know what it is.
You already know where that's going, yes.
Whew. I'll take 1.
Yeah, we were on the edge of our seat there.
Yeah, I thought we were on the Edge of Autumn.
Let's go Whirling Mist for 3. Whirling Mist Blossom. And in fact, we might call it Ira Whirling Mist Blossom.
Well, I gotta block that.
Aaron Clark, took me too long to realize, but this is probably the fab for me. Just have a big box of Blitz decks and have fun with the variety. That's it. That's the beautiful thing. It's the grand rediscovery that we all get to engage in. With all the craziness that has been the idea of having full collections of everything, and you got to be super competitive with all the games that you play, and you have to have the perfectly tuned deck in all circumstances, etc. Start a movement the other direction. Let's go. We're doing that with sorcery. So this week we're starting a sorcery series, calling it One Box Meta. It might be a thing we do for the rest of our lives. It could be the thing that launched us into the stratosphere.
It could be it. Is that next week or this week?
I think it's this week.
Yeah.
I think we start on Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Right, is the way that days work.
I'm so excited to actually, like, just realizing, I've been not thinking about it, but tomorrow we're going to open packs of sorcery.
Yeah. You know what we're going to do? I think we're going to draft them tomorrow or seal them tomorrow, one of the two. And then next week we're going to play sealed with some packs. And then the week after that, we're going to do constructed.
Out of a single box.
It's going to be the greatest thing. And then there's going to be all these most broken sorcery decks ever with like 4 of polar bears and stuff. And it's going to be like, I don't care.
I'm just looking for those war drums.
I don't want it.
That card, right? I block 4. It's really important. If you don't make me block here with that card,
yeah,
I was about to go Hulk Mania.
That's why I held it for this exact moment.
I got to run wild.
And then I'll pitch a red flying kick to send one from Arsenal for 7.
You keep doing that.
Yeah, I keep flying and kicking, and it's like a fighting game. You get it.
Take 7.
Okay, that's unacceptable.
Bacon Man, is there anything like cube draft for Fab? It'd be so easy to set up a cube. Honestly.
So technically, the answer is yes.
Definitely.
There is such a thing.
You're getting more value out of your turn. The force block into 7 is just so Bugatti. I was over here doing a sword swing into a. Oh, you know what? I should have been +1 from this thing, right?
It was 3.
No, I did the 2 for 4 thing.
What'd you do?
The brutal assault.
Yeah.
And then I pumped it with lunging press, but I forgot.
Oh, so it should have been 6. Yeah, I take one, dog. I take one. Mutual need to make the game state work.
Okay.
Yeah, you did do that. Yeah, 6 minus.
Edge bottom.
3, 4. That's fine. Zach, we don't block the edge bottom for 1. We never do. We never have. We never will. Yeah.
Then we'll go Blossom, Whirly Mist Blossom for 3. Seen it before.
Is that a lunging press down there?
Oh man, it'd be so tasty.
If it is.
Why do you think I blocked yours for 4, dude?
If it is, the
wolves are gonna howl.
Oh goodness, what are we doing?
I don't know, man.
This become the thing we're doing? I'll see your 3, and I'll raise you.
Dante saying Steven giving Zach the homie life because he knows there's no way he can possibly lose. Yeah, had a 3 in hand. That's nice.
Yeah, there's 3.
Okay, I'll pass.
Okay, I held it for that moment,
Yeah, nice. I had 2 Whirling Mist Blossom in hand. So if you don't make me block, it's Sword Swing, Mist Blossom, and you got to block them both. And then a grand finale.
The problem with that plan is that I decided to play well, always. Okay. Let's structure our turn correctly. I think this is right. Let's just open with a Bittering Thorns with Go Again. What's up, Kafrika? Did you talk to Kafrika at all? How's it going? Do you guys have a deck building guide for beginners? I want to understand how to build efficiency and make sure all cards have a purpose. That's a great idea. You're already well ahead of my deck building ideas.
Yeah. I mean,
check out Fab Foundations.
The Fab Foundation series. I don't know that we ever did deck building.
No, we haven't officially.
Piece of that. Yeah, we should.
We should. I mean, that is a big can of worms in Flesh and Blood. It's an infinite vortex of possibility.
Yeah.
Even as tight as it is, it's so precise in the 1 or 2 card swaps that you can make. You can do it forever.
Yeah, but I do think I could put together a 15-20 minute, like, if you're going to deck building for the first time, here's what to keep in mind.
Yeah, here's the. That's good. We should do that.
Coming in for 3. Yeah.
Sorry, Cap, we don't have anything specific, but if you know the Fab Foundation's fundamentals, the 3 Fs as we call them, then you'll be in a good spot to actually include the cards that make sense.
Block 3.
Oh, you had a 3 blocks. Convenient.
Saved it for that moment.
Edge of bottom for 2.
Yeah, we're going to take 2.
I'll pass.
Ooh, that's a D react. We all know it. Lebowski knows it.
All those other people know it too.
He's in the tempo seat and he just passes.
Maybe he didn't have any more any more
Now it's
value
my
cards,
turn.
you know?
All right, let's go. Red scar for a scar. We'll go again. I'm losing, so it's better. Sean's saying edge for 3. I don't think it was for 3 because you didn't hit with bittering.
I didn't hit with bittering, no. Wish I did. That was the goal, you know.
Peter's saying I still use the Marvel Champions deck building guide you guys put together. They're great for new players.
Cool. Okay. Well. Scar for 4.
Oldie but a goodie.
I am going to pass and react. I'm going to go ahead and somersault that for 4. And get the perfect block while I can.
Yeah. All right. Let's go hedge up for, or not hedge up, edge on him for 2. Thanks to Ira Crimson Haze ability.
Yeah. No blocks.
Let's go flying kick for 7.
That's a big one.
Turn those scars on.
Turn those scars upside down. Let's do it this way. We go, well, actually, we go.
These Ira decks are great too, because like the fact that you get blues that block for 3 and scar for scars that can be played, the blue brutal assault and the scar, those are actually like just widely relevant cards early on.
Yeah, they're quite awesome. Okay, so we could do that. You got 1 card. It's going to ours there. Do we get value? This could be worth that much or that much. You know? You ever feel that way? Okay. This can also be worth 3 now.
Actually, has been called out in chat. Caleb, will you both be going to Charlotte? Sorry if this was asked already. I will be in Charlotte. Steven will not be, as far as I know.
That's right. Unlock 3. Take 4.
Yeah. And then we'll Arsenal. Okay.
Yeah.
Too smooth.
You're at 10 over there?
Mm-hmm. You're at 9. It's the perfect number.
It is the perfect number. Let's send Edge of Autumn for 1.
No block.
Okay.
Jim, have you ever hit someone with the rising knee thrust in real life?
Let's Miss Blossom for 3.
Does he have the press? Oh my goodness.
Charlie Peterson saying, adding Razor Reflex and a second copy of each rare will make these legit Blitz playable. Add Snapdragons and Breaking Scales and let them have it, 100%. These decks are good.
Well,
I'm going backwards here, aren't I?
You're doing what I was saying.
Yeah, I was.
I'll make you prove it. I'll block it with 3.
All right, pass.
It's game breaking if you haven't.
Yeah.
It's game breaking if you haven't. I could have stopped it, but I would have given up so much value. But I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it.
You just can't do it, yeah. Just can't do it.
Yeah. All right, let's go edge bottom for 1.
No block.
Let's go Bittering Thorns for 4. If it hits, my next attack's +1. And it's +1 because of the Ira, so that's why it's 4.
Pass defense, good reactions, Gunny. You want to press it here?
Nope. So you can cover it up?
Somersault for 4.
Yeah. Let's go Torn of Tempo for 5. If it hits, it gets to go again.
That's good.
That's good.
And then you got 1 card in hand. What are the chances it matters? I'll take 5.
Yeah, that's the best.
The old rope-a-dope.
Familiar health totals here.
Let's just think about how we want to do this. Okay. We go 1, we go there, we go there. Okay. Why don't we start with Edge of Autumn for 1.
Take it. Down to 8. I feel like in this game, if Razor did exist,
It's
it would be
busted.
so insane.
That's
in
probably
this
why it
match.
doesn't. Scar for 5 would go again.
Yeah.
I have a Ace of Base song stuck in my head.
Block 3. Take 2. What's the Ace of Base song?
That All That She Wants Is Another Baby song.
Why is that?
I think it's the only song I know of there. And the other one, the I Saw the Sign.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
The in the background, my wife was watching the Netflix Shania Twain documentary that just showed up, and then all of a sudden it was like some Shania stuck in my head, and I was singing it. I was like, "What am I doing? Why am I here?"
Okay, now we have decisions. I'm doing it. Head job for 1. Go again.
No block.
Okay.
Down to 5.
Salt the wound now. Flying kick for 7.
So it would be decent here.
It'd be great. Yeah. Can I touch your cards? Ooh, these are nice and smooth. Haven't seen a defense reaction yet. Brada, there's 2 in your hand, huh? What's that Big Boss Book Club? That's right, the Ira intro deck. Taking it back to basics. We have a bundle for new players, ideally for two players all at once.
Block 3, take 4.
Good blocks, man. You got that Scar now. Dang it.
Down to 1.
I was hoping you only had 2s in hand. That's why I sent the head job. Otherwise, you should arsenal it. But I was looking at my hand, and I only had 2, so I was like, well, surely he only has 2s.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that. All right. Edge bottom for 1. Here we go.
Oh, it's going to be bad when I have to start blocking that.
That's exactly what I was saying, Millsy. Saying I was walking around the house saying, "Man, I feel like a woman." It's like, what is happening? Nailed it.
Sure. Right. We gotta take it. Mm-hmm. You got a thing? You don't have a lunging?
Not yet. Let's do bittering thorns for 4 with go again.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that one hidden.
Well, sometimes what you want and what you got.
Sometimes you eat the card. Sometimes the card eats you.
Okay, so now we're in the shuffle, aren't we?
What up, Mattis?
Okay.
So we're in the old daily grind.
The old grind here. The old grinder. Which means we gotta start making things happen.
Whitaker says, when I was in university, we played another school that played that song during our hitting warm-up. It was amazing.
Okay, so we gotta have two out. You got 1 in the arse there. What is that? Is that a trash card? Did you put that down there just to mess around?
I mean, it's either a 0 cost or a 1 cost, or it's just nothing. Maybe it's a somersault, and I'm just messing with you. I want you to block here. It's my genius. My big brain must have been well hydrated. Speaking of which, quick word from our sponsors over at Nalgene Water Bottles.
Nalgene.
Worth remembering. Hydro Brain, Hydro Life.
All right, I'm going to hedge this, man. Oh, come on. It's so bad, though. What you have down there is so critically important. It's aggravating. It's got to be something that's worth more than 2, right? It has to be. Why did you put it down there? What is it? Is it garbage, though? It's been down there too long. You didn't play it last time. What are you doing with it? Oh, it's excruciating. Come on, man. Sometimes the best thing to do is deceiving. And sometimes it's obvious.
Yeah.
I'm going to block. I've made up my mind. My mind is now officially made up. I'm going to block 5.
Okay. Gonna play a Whirly Mist Blossom for 2.
Yeah. And we're going to block it for 3.
Yeah, just trying to get cards out of hand, man.
Yeah, yeah. And then as for me and my house, we're sending back a Scar for 4.
She's a beaut.
I'll take your 2-card hand and do my best.
Yeah.
Let it be known I made the right decision. Even though it's still not good. Ooh, John the Bar with Hail Hydro. That is killer. We could get a G.I. Joe sponsorship with that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Hail Hydro. The once and future king.
Let's take a little break. Hello, everybody. How are you? I feel like I look like I'm from Miami today.
I'll block 5.
Someone once told me that Miami
You do have that Miami look.
is a different. It's like it's a different state.
It is a state of mind. I blocked you.
Yeah, I heard.
Don't mind me. Let's go
touch
ahead
my
and
card.
sneak that Scar for Scar with go
Come
again.
on, man.
Bow, 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 bow. Oh man, it's so good.
So then it's either money or a sword for 2. Is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
You're weird.
Okay, so
Looks like 3 cards to me, dog.
I don't know. Because then it's 2 if you pitch. I think I go down to 1 here.
Flip it up saying south of Orlando is definitely a different state.
And then, yeah.
Oh, that you want.
Yeah.
Getting out of whack here.
I'll block 3 and take 1. Unless you got shenanigans. You got shenanigans?
The Lunging Press would be so good.
Do you have one?
No, we're good.
All right. You never do. You know, we never do when we need them, do we?
Let's go ahead and assault the wound
For 2?
for 4.
It doesn't. It didn't. Oh, it did hit. Yeah.
That hit and Ira trigger.
Yikes.
Devastating.
Yikes. That was a good hand.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that one from?
So this was what was in my hand. And I almost blocked here. So I could just send the Scar and put this in Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized this is for 3 actually. And then if you allow that to do 1, which I thought you might, it's actually for 4.
Your go against Scar was my grand mistake. We have lost.
Richard, really appreciate you saying that. Saying the degree to which I want you guys to get UK distribution for starter sets like these is immense. I think this may be the best way to start I can imagine for a new player.
Yeah, it's so good. So good. You can print them out on the internet.
Yeah.
How do I get out of this, man? Because then it's just going to be dumb. It's just going to be, I'm going to block with 3 cards. I've got to block the one from Edge of Autumn. It's horrible.
You're in the death spiral.
It's horrible.
The trap has been set.
Ugh. You're Iraing harder than I am. Block here, react with this guy.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it for you.
Yeah, well, you know.
Hey, maybe I just drop potatoes
I mean,
here.
I could see a tater here. I'm going to just Arsenal and pass. What's one card in this situation, you know? They can't all have go again.
You're 100% accurate. Here's one that doesn't have go again.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's go here.
Always count on the potato.
For 1. Yeah. You can always pray for taters.
Block 2.
Let's go Scar for 4. No go again.
No go again.
For 5. Sorry, Ira.
But we got to honor the lunging press.
You do.
Or maybe 2 lunging presses.
Well, you can just see how many I got over here.
How many have we seen?
Well, you saw me pitch one on turn 1. And there's one in the discard. If you were really paying attention to my pitch tag.
Oh, dude, I know exactly what's in your
First
hand
thing
right
I
now.
pitched, yeah.
I know
Have we
exactly what's in
cycled or
your hand
not?
right
What's
now.
happening here?
I'm blocked for 6.
Yeah. No, Arsenal pass. Turns out this deck is not necessarily just a stack of gold. Alright.
Scar for 4, no go again.
You just see cards that
That you put down there?
Yeah.
All those blues? All the garbage cans? Richard Bear Gardner's hand is the tale is all his time for good competitive games with strong and deep metas. Comprehensible way in is key. It's correct. How many times can you say it? Guys, touch your cards.
Yeah, I'll block 3. Go reactions.
Cool.
I'll go ahead and block 7.
Oh, there he goes.
I was only gonna block 4, and I was like, well, if he has a lunging press, I'd die.
That would be a problem.
So don't be a dummy.
Where are you at? So is that your second springboard? How many springboards do we have total?
You saw me pitch one just now, like last turn.
Well, that's the one you pitched, though.
No, that's the one I just played from Arsenal on you. So there's another one on the bottom.
There's one right on the bottom, yeah. So that'll be a reprieve.
Yeah. How long do I have to survive?
How many cards you got? How many cards are you presenting? I have 2 left in my deck. Okay.
5 in deck and
So
3
this
in
is
hand.
this is the end.
All right,
This is the end.
Highfalutin action.
My only friend, the end. I wonder how many Ira games have ended on a lunging press, just due to the fact that it's blue and like new players would pitch it early and be like,
Oh, there it is.
oh yeah, there it is. I got clever. I pitched a really good hand, but it doesn't matter when you're at 1 health.
Let's Autumn Stats pitching a lunging press.
Yeah, I got it. Block it with my own lunging
Blue
press.
head jab for 2.
I get it. That's we all tubes on, right? We've seen all the lunging presses now.
Welcome to your.
Is there one in your hand?
There's not. This is not a lunging press.
There's one in the dig. There's one in the thing. How many were in the deck? 2?
I think 3.
Is there 3?
This is not it though. Just put it on the box.
Is that a flying kick?
It'd be funny if it was it.
If that's a flying kick, I'm gonna flip the table over.
Would you like me to flying kick you first? That way you can react to the kick hitting.
You've already played 2. There's only 2 kicks in there, Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
I need a camera to look at and do this. Just show my card to you right now.
What is that card, though?
I mean, it could be a number. I mean, it's.
I do know it. I mean, you know,
could be
I
a
know
brutal
it.
assault
I'm
for
just
4.
asking. You know, I'm just talking.
Could be a flying kick. It could be anything.
It could be literally anything.
I've got 2 costs. There's no 3 costers in the deck.
If it's a lunging press, you did it. Congratulations.
I told you it's not a lunging press. I'm not lying to you.
I know, but you lie all the time about those
It's not
things.
true.
It's very true.
What up, Eclectic saying heyo. Heyo.
It could also be a somersault, right?
The one I mean, no. A somersault is probably this card.
Yeah, it's
this card.
one on the
It's
bottom.
literally on the
and then
bottom.
There's 2 other ones that you pitched already. What other kind of nonsense is in here? There's some good nonsense for you here. Brutal Assault.
Flying Cave's the worst, for sure.
Yeah, but is there 3 in the deck? We're fixing to find out, he says.
I won't say that's not in my hand.
Fixing to find out.
I think there's 3 of every card in the deck, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. It was before they had Blitz even as an idea.
All right, we got to block it with the Blossom there. I stacked it so beautifully, but it didn't matter.
Blind Kick for 7.
Yeah. I'll block 5 and lose.
Kapow!
You did it. So I think we should go second.
I think going second, is, especially in this match, is just strictly the advantage.
You saved yourself from the old lunging press there. In the arsenal.
Yeah.
Thought that was the only way I could sneak out a win there.
I almost fell for it.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you kids,
Yeah.
you meddling kids.
It's literally like, I was like, oh, I have a 0 for 4. This is perfect. And I can arsenal a card. But then I looked at the math and realized, I don't think there's a way for him not to die to this line.
Yeah.
So just don't die.
Just don't die. Eclectic Camel. Hey, friends. Hello. Eclectic Camel. Hey, what do you want to play? You want to play Briar? You always do.
Maybe.
I want to play Lexi, man. I love Lexi.
I think neither of us should play Oldham.
Let's not play Oldham.
Richard, I don't think I've come across many folks willing to shift their offering to promote a game this effectively. It does make me wonder how many people found Fab through TC. That's a really good question.
Well, thank you.
Question of the day. Did you find Fab because of us? I'd love to know in the comments if you're watching this back later.
Definitely not a skewed population.
None skewed.
Dante told me Steven was the best, so I have to assume Zach cheated. Well, that's a safe. That's the only way it happens.
Pocknock saying I'd heard of it before, but found Fab through TC's Lord of the Rings streams. Weirdly.
It does work.
Proof positive, it does work.
Pocknock went on to buy 24 boxes of every set from us.
Forever.
So that was a very valuable Lord of the Rings stream, I'm sure.
That was very valuable 20 streams of Lord of the Rings that we did there.
I can't open this. I just give
I
up.
will say that the Ira deck's a great place to start. That was fun.
It's so good,
That was
man.
very fun.
Right?
If you're out there and looking at it, the bundle that includes those, or just getting those in some whatever way, you can print them on the website, is a great way to try out this game.
I don't know. New player's not that important. Just keep selling booster boxes, man. The game will take care of itself. That's what supporting the game means, isn't it?
I forgot that it comes with a foil copy of the hero. in here.
Ooh, it sure does. And an awesome full art version, yeah? Mm-hmm. You should play that at the Pro Tour.
That's like the adult.
Are you playing Briar at the Pro Tour?
I don't know.
Man, you can't stay away from Briar.
So here's the problem. Real talk. Wolfpack update.
Oh!
Yeah. The problem is that literally my 3 favorite heroes, like in the entire game, I think are all valid choices.
Are they all Rune Blades?
No.
Are 2 of them Rune Blades?
Yes, Viserai and Briar. And then I think Bravo is actually a weirdly good choice right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so Kale won the New Zealand Battle Hardened with Bravo. He's like the Bravo master.
Yeah.
But essentially...
Do you know what that even means anymore? Are you just good at blocking and swinging a hammer?
No, it's more than that.
Does it go deeper?
I was reading or watching a video with him talking about I read a report about him talking about the finals against Oldham.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I'm sure that was a exciting match.
Yeah. Well, anyways, just the way he was breaking down what was happening when he decided to take damage and when he decided to push tempo. And, effectively, he was counting the threats in his opponent's discard pile as the game went on. So, once he saw the 3rd Okanold, and he'd seen 3 of this and 3 of that, and they were both very defensive, right? He knew there was literally no way for Oldham to kill him.
Just damage-wise. Assuming you block the hammer or whatever.
As long as he just didn't not block to try to, do damage instead.
Okay.
Oldham did not have the damage capacity and dominate to actually just deal with it. And
Okay,
then,
so he had more cards in deck and was able to then...
essentially just block out until the Oldham didn't have a choice, which is really crazy.
Yeah, there's a whole clock there in the background, isn't there?
Yeah. That particular, the Guardian v Guardian, it's very critical that you don't lose the capacity to kill your opponent. like that's always critical, but like
but they can actually do it.
It can actually get really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because they have to essentially your pitch for hammer equates to 2 cards out of their hand, which is why the Guardians are why Bravo's so annoying. Yeah. Oldhim still gets 1 through if you pitch 1 from hand. There's a whole different. There's like two distinct Fab energies. Yeah, one is that grindy Michael Hamilton brain, and the other one is the like Yuki kill my opponent, have big turns, and just hope it works out kind of brain.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's not the calculus going on in the background there either, but
I
it's
want
that
to say
aggro versus guardian brain.
Yuki's done a fair amount of Ice Lexi as well.
Oh right, yeah.
Which you're playing Lexi, but Ice Lexi in today's modern CC meta is like also pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good, right?
All those aggro decks do not like. See, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna end up on. I actually really don't. Don't even. It's tough. It's a good position because I think I can play all my favorite heroes.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's the ideal position for everybody in Flesh and Blood, you know?
But weirdly, like if Bravo and Oldhim are popular, like another notable player, Yanji, posted his tier list of heroes going into the Pro Tour. And so his tier 1 was Oldhim, Bravo, and Dash.
Wow. I love Wildcard Dash always.
Yeah,
it's always there.
I have no idea why, but I don't know. Either it's a red herring or it's legitimate. But like, and it's in response to the 5 Viserai Briar meta. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird meta.
Everybody gets to figure it out.
Yeah, but like if the Guardians are actually, that's where I was going. If the Guardians are the top of the meta like that, it actually makes a lot of the decks that haven't been being played playable again. Like the mid-range grindier heroes. Even something like Dorinthia, while she can have a bad match into Oldhim particularly, like against Bravo, they both have reaction speed stuff. So it kind of gets really
okay.
nuanced.
It can get interesting.
Rain asking, are these precons or are they randomized? So the Blitz decks that come in the new player bundle that we linked to, I'll link to it again in a second, these are fixed. So they do not change. If you buy the bundle, you will get exactly what we opened here. I'm playing Briar, Warden of Thorns, and Steven's playing Lexi, Livewire, right? That's your title.
Yeah. I'll play Lexi. I wanted to go back to see what we had in response to your question.
Yeah, I kind of got locked in after that.
Check this out. Charlie Peterson, I found here, at least was convinced to get in finally here. Aaron Clark, yes. Ryan Vorland, I like that name, by the way, that Ryan Vorland. I found Fab through Louis Scott Vargas of Channel Fireball.
Okay.
So that's a good entry point. Mark McLean, yes. Alex Becker, yes. First Fab stream I saw was here and I was hooked. Thank you, Alex. Hey, man, what a journey we've been on together. Peter Stocker, 100% Fab through TC. Richard Bear Gardner, yes, I did as well. Eclectic Camel, I started playing because of you guys. Can we do a poll? Is it possible to do a poll? I don't even know how that works.
We've talked about being able to do that live.
Well, I think there might be something like actually in the tools, like the YouTube or the Twitch tools. Ollerdale said, I heard about it before you, but seeing you cover it convinced me to buy into it. Jim Van Fleet, I did for sure. Altros Sinar was roughly the same time a bunch of locals switched over when L5R died, so tied between you and them. Icor tied. I saw Fab here and there for a while, but didn't dip my toe until a bit before Aria after going back and watching our Welcome to Wraith games. Yeah, that's tight. Michael Nicholson, yes, you guys were the first introducing me to the game. Peter Soccer said yes for Fab, Arkham Horror, Marvel Champions, Destiny, Netrunner, all via TC, LOL. I love this from Shuichi84. Found Fab through Rudy, bought from Alpha Investments, cracked them, started playing because of TC.
Ah, yes.
That's sick.
Let's go.
So good. Aaron Clark, man. Fab, Marvel Champions, Ashes, Skytier, Keyforge, soon to be Soulforge Fusion, all because of TC. Mutton Chop, I'm showing up late. This has probably been explained, but your starter bundle, does it come with the decks or decks and extra cards to swap out after a few games? It comes with the starter Ira decks, which are fantastic. So you get 2 people, you and a friend, play these Ira decks against each other, which we just did at the beginning of the video. Then it also comes with 3 Aria Blitz decks. So there's 3 fully fleshed out heroes in the Blitz format. You pick up one of those decks that appeals to you. Now you're ready for like kind of the more intense Fab experience. Also comes with a pack of tokens and 3 promos, random colors between Polar Blast, Weave Lightning, and Burgeoning, all which can be used within these decks.
James Armstrong saying, first found on Dice Commando, but really started playing after I was watching you guys. Nice.
That's cool, James. That's so cool.
And one thing on the mutton chop question, these 3 decks, the Blitz decks particularly, have a lot of swappable cards. So every hero in these Blitz decks has 2 elements, Earth, Lightning, and Ice. 2 of those 3. And so they all share an element with the other 2 heroes. So cards like, as an example, you just find one, Earth or Surge Blue would be playable in both Briar and Oldhome. Richard saying, I don't think I've seen an Ira versus Ira match that wasn't just fun all day.
It's so fun, yeah. It's like it really speaks to the heart of the system and how it works, and it's just very fundies stuff, which is it's nice to remember that at the heartbeat level of the game, it's super strong. And like it's easy to get distracted and kind of get away from what's actually going on during Game of Fab, but getting back to these kinds of decks really helps you remember.
James Armstrong asking if we're going to Lille. I will be in Lille playing at Pro Tour number 2.
Whee! I won't be.
Yeah, you'll be off on an island.
I'll be in Bermuda. Yeah, that's right. Setting up a shell company for Covenant so we can launder boxes through it.
Specifically boxes, not money.
Not money, just boxes. I thought they were the same thing these days, man. Ooh, I like this one-off pitfall trap. That takes some cojones. Well done, Legend Story.
There were some one-offs in here too, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Hey, you guys remember these unplayable cards?
Yeah.
It's my favorite trap. In fact, I think it's technically usable.
I thought you meant like a trap card.
No.
Not,
it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like so on the nose. Bachnick said he's going to clip that little segment about the laundering. Hilarious.
Maybe that was the whole joke with traps in Ranger to begin with.
Yeah, they're all trap cards.
Maybe Ranger is truly just the class for people who want to believe everything works. They just refuse to admit that
overly determined and or overly optimistic.
Yeah.
William, it's funny. I'm seeing you guys stream Flesh and Blood right as I'm considering getting into it.
Hey, grab that bundle. It's perfect for you exactly.
Yeah. I'll link to it one more time. Saying it's funny that you guys start. I enjoy Commander and play Netrunner online thanks to you guys, but I've been itching for a constructed game. Well,
couldn't recommend it enough.
It's a good place to be.
I think it's just an absolute. It's a masterpiece of a game in terms of design and what they intended to do and the competitive support for it and building a competitive first game, a meta-driven game.
It's good.
The dueling style game. I mean, all of these things. It is just so expertly done.
I'll not have those until
now, has there been missteps in the design? Of course. Because it's a card game, and what else would we talk about if not everything that goes wrong?
Such is life.
Yeah.
All right. Even Steven?
Odds on.
It's on. Now, we earlier in Ira were saying go second. Right? That's who won both of those games. But
I've got Dominate on tap here with Shiver.
You got Shiver, which gives yours Dominate. You've got Lexi's ability, so if you get a card in Arsenal, you can start that train going. Meanwhile, I have my Briar ability, which is if I play 2 non-attacks, I get this Embodiment of Lightning. If I hit you with a damage, I get an Embodiment of Earth. I can get those on turn 1, maybe get a card in Arsenal, so I'm going to go first.
This might actually be a Briar deck that blocks out of the Blitz. They give you the Suede Hides in the Blitz deck. These guys are just degenerate all the way down. These Runeblade Legend Story fan designers.
So my equipment is Plume of Evergrowth.
I get Iron Rot Legs, man.
That card won me a ProQuest. The Plume. Destroy it, put an Earth card from my discard pile in my hand. Iron Rot Gauntlet Classic. Heart and Cross Trap. That's banned in some formats now. Destroy it. The next attack action costs 2 less. Sweet. And Sutcliffe Suede Hides. Attack reaction costs 1. I can only play it if I played a non-attacking card this turn. I give it an attack go again. On tap.
That's good. Look at what Ryan Borland. This is somebody who knows how to use Twitch. Look at this. Did you see this? A lot of commands. You see that? A lot of exclamation points. Adcom. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll up a tiny bit. A little bit less. God, it's like my mom. Up a little bit more. Yeah. Keep going. One more. There we go. That right there. Adcom bundle. Pick up a Fab Starter Bundle. What's that about?
I don't know.
How do you do that? God, I feel like I'm so behind.
Yeah, we're not getting younger.
Okay. I'm still over here shuffling. And they give you a Rosetta Thorn, man. I remember this meta. I remember this limited environment.
We back.
Guess who's back? You remember all these weird Aria interactions?
Okay. I'm going to play a red and Twine Earth. I'm going to fuse it by showing you a red Earthlore Surge.
Oh, that's a good one.
So it's coming in for 8 damage because its ability gets +2.
You got 2 cards in hand? Yeah. We know one is a 2 cost?
Yeah, and I don't have go.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, there's nothing there. Oh, no. I like all these cards, though. I'm going to block 8.
Yeah. Pass in phase.
Yeah.
I basically didn't want you to be able to trigger your arrow on my turn.
Oh, right. That's an important thing to do.
So I sent a bunch of damage.
Oof. This is the problem with freaking Lexi. It's so dumb.
Guess who's back? I'm back again.
Oh, I do hate it, though.
Oh, you with your puny bow. No arrow.
All reds, 1 arrow, and a sweet pump. Okay, well, we do have deep blue.
Join us in 20 minutes for Steven's
we've got
TED
deep
Talk
blue.
on Ranger.
We've got deep blue, man. We've got deep blue. Is it worth it? Is now the time? I forgot Ranger. Oh my gosh. I forgot how all of this works. Okay. We're back in 3 money. And then this guy gives me that. And then that guy gives me that. And you're only at 20. So we're playing a different game here, Bun. We're playing a real different game. All right, well, let's use it. Take an action. Deep blue. Put a card on the bottom.
Before that resolves? I'm just kidding. Just a little tension.
3 money. Okay. Then we will pay 1 to activate Shiver. It gains Dominate until end of turn. We're going to Frazzle here. Do we want that? How many cards you got? 4?
Frazzle dazzle. What's frazzle be?
Let's see, 10, 9. I'm gonna give it +1 because Dominate's always wrong, right? Frazzle says whenever an attack would deal damage this turn, instead it deals that much +1. So it's a 6 damage attack. We're gonna pay 1 for an overflex for +4. And we're going to pay 1 to shoot you for 10. If it hits, it does +1. It is fused, by the way, with this Electrify.
Ooh-wee. That frazzle's really good with that Market Lightning.
That's right.
So you can do 2 damage to me. That's
I will if you block it.
It's a no block for me, dog. How much am I taking?
You will be taking 11 damage.
Yeah, let's do it. Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Arsenal. I remember this meta.
Green blades don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay.
You just take 6 damage back there? Looks to me like.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 11. My math not so good. There's a reason I want a ProQuest, man.
All right, well, do your worst.
Money don't grow on trees. Let's play Red Earth Research. 1 resource play. Let's play Yellow Electrify. When I do, generate this Embodiment of Lightning token.
Have you done anything yet?
No. Heart and Cross Trap.
Oh,
or -2 to my next attack.
Yeah.
We will play Rites of Replenishment. It's 6 with Go Again plus 5. 11 with Go Again. If it hits, it does 2 extra damage, and I get an Embodiment of Earth. 1 card in hand.
11, you said? Mm-hmm. Doesn't it does have Go Again, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're going to probably Thorn for 4 more?
Perhaps. 11, threatening 13.
Here I go again on my own.
Now, hypothetically, according to the book, these should be in the discard pile.
That's right.
And if you happen to forget that I have Electrify or Go Again,
now that's how you win a ProQuest.
That would be on you.
Okay. Now hold on just a second. Okay. So we can assume...
Old Ardell saying, I do sometimes miss playing these kinds of games. I might propose to the play group we use pre-cons during our next meetup. It's a good time.
It just doesn't make sense to block it.
Never, ever. Have I ever.
What am I going to do? Pitch my whole hand and block for 10? and then take 3 and then take the Rosetta?
And just lose a hand and be down at 8 health. That's a good game.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you take it, man.
I'm taking it.
All right.
Is it 13?
13 total. When it hits, I get an Embodiment of Earth.
It's one of them slap fights.
Uh-huh.
You know, Arsenal, just leave it be?
Maybe. We're now at the health total. We're like, I guess getting you down to 3 is pretty good. Yeah, we'll swing the sword.
It's not strictly wrong. I'm gonna iron rot that and go down to 4.
Pognok. See, this is Fab is meant to be played. Tail if it wants to know where your arcane barrier is. That's part of why I wanted to get your health low. Now it's just a matter of time.
All right, I'm gonna use Lexi's ability. Show you an Electrify.
Woo-wee.
It's gonna give my next attack Go Again. We're gonna pitch. We're gonna play the Electrify. Draw a card. 2 floating. Okay, now we've got ideas. We go here. We go here. Fusing. That has Go Again.
Cardboard Casket. I missed today's Wolfpack update.
Oh my gosh, what a turn. This turn is fantastic, dude.
You did a little bit. Basically, a lot of confusion. All my favorite heroes are playable. we're playing a lot of games and getting a lot of data, but like, I think it's a pretty open meta, so it's tough.
I'll play Take Aim, Reload here. I'll pay 1, shoot a Buzzbolt yellow with Go Again from Lexi's ability. Electrify is still active. coming at you for 7, fusing with Heaven's Claws. So whenever an attack this turn hits, it deals a damage.
Coming in for 7.
7, that's right. Threatening 10.
We will block 7.
It does have go again. Then we will play... Oh, wait, we might want to mark there. Let me see if that matters.
That won't trigger offer, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine, though. Wait, you're at 9? 2 cards in hand? That's good. We'll go Entwine Lightning, fusing to give it go again. For 4. Electrify still floating.
And the Buzzbolt.
Buzzbolt still floating.
And I've seen the 1 for 5 you're about to send at me.
It's called a Heaven's Claws.
Let's block 3. Take 2, 5.
4.
So I take 1.
Minus 3 is 1,
Plus a
2,
Buzzbolt.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Little sister in the time of keeping money alive. Electrify satisfied.
Yeah.
Buzzbolt is still active. Heaven's Claws coming at you for 5.
Block 3. Take 2 plus 1 from Buzzbolt.
Mark.
Dead.
That's right. Oh, Aria, where you been? Where you been, baby?
All right. The finale. You go first this time. Let's see how that goes. Where you been, baby?
I remember these days.
Yeah. Cardboard Cast, and I heard the shout out from Michael Hamilton about testing with the Wolves. Said he was enjoying it. That's awesome. Yeah, Michael has joined the pack. He's good too. He's a machine.
Yeah, he's good. He and who's the buddy of his?
Roger?
Yeah, Roger's up my speed too because he likes a little weird.
It was so funny. They started talking on our Discord, and then all of a sudden, you guys were all jamming it up in like the Bolton chat.
Yeah, it's like, hey, anybody over here? Anybody want to talk about weird?
People are liking your Lexington, calling it wow and boom and zam.
Wow, it's like an old Batman comic.
That was an awesome Lexington.
That was great. That's about as good as you can ask for.
After not blocking, then you're like calculating your hand. You're like, you know what? This is actually a great turn.
Yeah. That was literally 2 turns. Now we're playing Fab, man.
I drew all my beef.
Oh, goodness.
This looks more familiar.
Try Cardboard Cast. Missed the Roger Bodie Bolton chat. That's right. Don't worry, it didn't really go anywhere. We had some ideas, though. That's
lots of ideas.
Like all great Bolton deck building sessions. There was ideas. There was ideas. Are we switching? I'm going first now.
You got it.
William Gallagher, is it typical for a Fab game to be this quick? No, that was way fast. That was...
Yeah.
Sometimes you get your best hands and you play them out. This is also Blitz. So Blitz is a format designed to be... Well, a lot of people would say a lot of things about the blank that you would fill in at the end of that sentence. But Blitz is a half health format. And in any format where you have half health, particularly the game is designed around 40 health, and we're playing at 20. Ergo, some things in the game are meant to be absorbed over time. And with 20 health, you can't absorb the giant, exciting turns. It'd be like in a fighting game if both people started at half health, and it's like, oh, he landed his drop kick special move. He did it.
Or, as an example, if in Netrunner you were going to 4 points.
Yeah.
Or 3 points. Can you imagine 3 points? It's just like, oh, you scored my 3 points.
Yeah, totally. It'd be just like that, actually. Just like that.
And the variance is mitigated by the fact that you need 7 points in that game.
And I want you to feel it. Don't want to pay for it. You rock that. Do the double. Okay, sure. Oh no, I can't fuse anything. Now I've just got 4 arrows, Zach. I've got 4 arrows. This is the Ranger problem.
It worked out last time.
That part of it did not work out last time. Fine. I'll send one then. I'll activate Shiver. I'll choose Dominate. Throw in a Buzzbolt.
What up, Hollis?
Hollis in the chat.
Yeah, he called us handsome.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
My favorite guy.
I cannot wait to be at an event with Hollis again.
Yeah, me too. Me neither, I should say. Buzzbolt for 5 with Dominate, no fuse.
No go again.
No. This is a Ranger, man.
I'll block 3.
That's right.
Take 2.
Yeah, we got damage in, though.
You did poke. Well, hello there, beautiful.
You've never talked to me like that during a game before.
And, in this particular format, this is a hot dog.
That's one hot dog.
Yeah. I do say so myself. Let me just calculate max damage.
Oh, come on. You're already in the calculation phase?
How much health you got left?
Oh, wait. How many cards are you presenting? This is definitely a fatigable match.
Disgusting.
Oh, Hollis is planning to go to US Nats.
Oh, I'll see you in Charlotte, baby.
Should I... What's up, Obsidian? Good to see you in the chat, too. Should I be going to that? When is that?
Charlotte?
Do I have to have an invite?
You have to have an invite to play Nationals,
Well,
which is on Friday, but then there's a calling on Saturday.
do I have to invite to find a great bar in Charlotte?
It's the weekend. Literally on Monday, we leave to go on our trip.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would consider that. So I've got... there's a Billy Strings Festival in Colorado, and I am on the reserve list because the tickets sold out immediately. And they're going to let me know a month before. If I don't have the slot, then it's canceled. So I will know 4 weeks before. But the good news is it's already blocked off on the calendar, so...
Nice.
I'll know in a few weeks.
Yeah. We'll touch base then.
Yeah, because that might be fun. Is there a car going, or are you flying?
We're flying. Yeah.
How much is it?
I think it was like 300 something. Not bad.
I'd go for Hollis. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if Hollis, if you pay half of the trip, I'll go.
You want to start a GoFundMe? Steven goes to Charlotte. All right, we're going to do a red Bramble Spark. I'm going to show you.
How original.
A blue Earth Ore Surge.
The important thing is that you say it in your head whenever they show it to you. You say a blue Earth Lore Surge.
Then when I do this, you don't have to say, what did you just show me?
Yeah, blue Earth Lore Surge, +3, 2 block. Bramble Spark. Did you Earth Fuse it with a blue Earth Lore Surge? Yes, you did. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go Heart and Cross Trap.
Oh, God, it's one of these. I know these turns. Mm-hmm. So the next card, when you attack with it, you deal 1 arcane to me. And then if it was fused, the next one +3. Okay.
That's kind of like the original.
Easy to understand.
We're going to play Stir the Wildwood.
This is the classic Briar play. This is why this was our promo. They thought people were going to be doing this in reality, and they didn't.
That's when I said whatever I said about. I looked at the card and it's like, oh, excited about it again.
Yeah. You remember this thing? And then Tarek was like, "What if I played all the 0 costs and didn't do anything interesting?"
Yeah.
Thanks, Tarek.
Anyways, I'll show you that blue Earth Research again.
There it is.
So it's coming in for 1 arcane here. From Bramble Spark.
I'll just be taking that.
Yeah. So that gets me an embodiment of Earth because it gives the attack the +1 arcane damage.
That's right. But you can't just stack 30 of them anymore, which is useful.
So my next attack's also +3. So this is 5 damage +3 is 8. And it says if I dealt arcane damage, it gets +2. So now we're at 10.
Now hold on a second.
And if it was fused, it's +2.
Do you have your abacus?
So it's 12 is the answer. Well, it's 3 from this. Then it's base of 5.
Yeah.
And it gets 2 if it's fused, which it was.
You did, yeah.
And 2 if I've done arcane damage, which I have.
Okay.
So now we are at 12 damage.
But does it have go again?
Not currently.
That sounds like a Suede hides, not currently.
It could be a moment for a Suede Heidi.
Okay. So this is 12 damage. I'm going to convert this to 12 so I can see it. No hit effect, though. So what's it matter?
Presumably it doesn't.
Presumably, that's right. I've got to stop the onslaught, bro.
Hi, Icartide. Does TC make a Briar-themed abacus? No, but that would be awesome.
Okay, hold on just a second. We've got some play here. We've got to think about our return. You feel me? We've got to think about our return. And I know some things that I do like. I like these cards together. But then I've got to pay for them. Which means I have to have... Oh, no, I can't pay. See? That's where they get you.
Don't forget your deep blue.
Yeah, I do have the deep blue. And that is a good shout there. But it still requires a third card. Which means I only block with one card. Which is horrible. Or I can take what I've got. Still can't fuse this POS. But I could do that.
Hollis saying I'm so late is his comment. It's actually not. So we just launched a new player bundle today, which includes 2 Ira decks and the Aria Blitz decks. And a set of our tokens and stuff. So we played the Ira decks, and then now we're actually playing with the precons.
$12 damage, man. Just 12. The thing is, it's just 12. You know, there's no... It's just a number. Just a number. I'm at 19. Go to 7. You got 2 cards in hand, you know.
Yep.
You might do a pitch, go again, Rosetta Thorn Arsenal. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, that's if I were you, that's what I'd be doing.
I showed you a blue, so I can pay for the boots for the blue and have 2 floating.
Yeah, and then you're going to Rosetta Thorn, probably.
Could be a thing.
Could be a thorn there. You could also pay here. Yeah. All right, I'm going to block 6.
Take 6.
2 arrows, and I'm going to take 6. A respectable exchange.
I will use my Sutcliffe Suede Hides.
Mm-hmm.
With reaction. The wrong card.
That's going in Arsenal.
To get go again, and then I'll swing Rosetta Thorn at you for 2 arcane, 2 physical.
Yeah. We can't do anything about that, so...
And more Arsenal fast, you know.
We'll take 4.
Nothing particular in there.
Definitely not a burgeoning, and that's for sure.
I mean, not a red burgeoning. Not here, not anywhere.
All right, we got to slow you down. We've got to slow you down, man. There are ways to do it. My concern here is if I just send back damage, I'm going to die.
This guy gets it. He gets it.
Completely.
9, not enough.
All right, so we need a new plan. We're going to Honing Hood. We don't have anything in here that we want to flip up, unfortunately. Put this back into my hand, and then put something face down into my arsenal. Boom. Okay. Then we're going to activate Lexi. We're going to flip up a blue Winter's Bite, giving you a Frostbite token. Remember this?
Old Frosty. Frosty but a goodie. Olaradell saying, I'm an established player, but I'm thinking of picking up a bundle just to have dedicated resources to teach new players.
That's it. Great.
That's great.
I will play Blue Winter's Bite. Discard a card or pay 1.
Aren't you just a bag of fun? Let's pay 1 floating.
All right, we'll activate Deep Blue. This on the bottom, gain 3 money. It's horrible. This is horrible. Pay 1, frazzle at +1. Pay 1, shoot at you for 6.
Take 6.
1 floating technically.
No block.
You got it. Everybody,
The frostbite goes away at the end of your turn, right?
it does not.
Weird.
Did we live?
All right. I'm going to pay 1 to play an Amulet of Earth. Didn't see that coming, did you?
No. Oh, we're Ariaing now.
Yeah. We'll go Burgeoning Red from Arsenal for 7.
That's not go again, and it doesn't kill me. And you definitely don't have Lightning Press. Right?
Lightning Press can only do 1 cost or less attacks.
Boom. You don't have it in the sense that you don't have the ability to use it. Okay, do I want to stay at 3 health? What's the story here? Oh, cool. Don't we love these cards? We really don't. We really don't, man. I hate to tell you. But we've got to attack. We've got to attack. So, you know, that's kind of the problem. It's always the problem, isn't it? You got to attack, but it really... It's not
once Lexi starts blocking, that train ain't going very fast.
It's not very good. Okay, well, we've got our Iron Rat legs, and we've got a Mark of Lightning. So, we do have what we need. We're not going to lose...
I'll tell you where you need to go if you're going to spend your fab time and money. Is Worlds. There's a calling on Saturday. It's the first World Championship.
None of these cards block very well, and the ones that block, Zach, are the only ones that attack.
It is the dichotomy of Ranger. I need very specific pieces to do anything, and those are the only things I can block with. It is interesting.
This is dumb. It is interesting. All right, I'm going to block for 2 there. Take 5?
Yeah, be my guess. Arsenal fast.
Okay.
Oh, you took damage, by the way, so let's just go ahead.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? All right, we'll pitch, activate Shiver, throw in a snapshot. We'll give it +1, and we'll snapshot you for 5.
Scott asking, have they said how people qualify for Worlds? There was a Nationals article the other day that makes it seem like it'll be ELO based. And then also, if you have a PTI, you can use it.
Ooh, this blocking consideration is good for me. That means you don't just have the Ferrari. He's not getting in the Ferrari right now. He has options. He's got to think.
Okay. How much is coming up for me? What's it doing? Oh, you get an extra bow.
Almost nothing and actually nothing.
How much is it doing?
5 and nothing.
Oh, not blind.
Yep. Arsenal here, pass to you.
Take 5. Watch out for the Amulet of Earth, though.
Is that +1 to your blockies?
I can only do it if I fuse, though.
Okay, that makes it okay, doesn't it? Okay. Okay.
Let's go blue Earth or Surge.
I've seen that before. Yeah, okay.
We're going to go yellow Lightning Surge from Arsenal for 6 with Go Again.
It's the right number. We don't have Arcane Barrier, right? Is that how this game worked?
Well, there is none Arcane Barrier.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
That is the way that goes, isn't it?
Don't mind me. My sword has 2 Arcane Bowmen.
Excuse me. Oh no. We're about to be in Top Deck City.
Oh no.
Block 6 there.
I remember this format. I'll come here for 2 and 2 with this sword.
All right. Iron Rat legs, take 2 and 3 total. Block 1 physical, 2 arcane, 1 physical. Yeah.
I'll read you.
Here we go. There, we're getting back in the game, baby.
It's your moment.
Let's use Alexi's ability for a red Electrify from Arsenal. It's going to give my next attack Go Again. will pitch. It's going to leave us 2 floating. Electrify, draw from Arsenal. Okay. Okay, interesting there.
Oh, cool.
That's interesting.
That's cool. Richard says, also want to, I feel the urge to point out that brainstorming ideas like that is basically the most amazing part of a friendly community. I'm amazed at how nice the TCG community stays. So many don't. Yeah.
Just gotta kick out all the bad people.
I'm happy to hear it, yeah.
Just kidding.
I mean...
Except kind of.
To an extent.
I'm actually a believer in heavy moderation.
I think...
Which is weird, because I love freedom, as an idea.
Well, you're free to do everything except make everyone else uncomfortable.
That's actually in LGS. Actually, that is a big piece of it too. Is you just it's like, hey, here's the opportunity for you to change, which we are happy to extend. I think it's really important to have those conversations and be like, legitimately, here's the thing, and we want you to be here. We want you to interact, whether it's on Discord or whatever. But the way you're doing it is not appropriate because of these reasons. And if you're willing to see the other side of that, we're here to support you in that. If you want to continue down the path or be more obstinate in the face of these things,
you can do that
it's just not the right place for you.
Yeah.
So,
how many is this?
Head on down the road. 5 is the number that it's doing here.
But then you're threatening.
Well. And I do have Go again because of Alexi's ability. So, watch out.
Block 5.
Well played. So with this card that I drew needed to be an attack.
Not it was a pump or an arrow.
Not a blue electrify. Yeah. So I'll do 1 to you with Mark of Lightning.
Just to make it reasonable.
Shocking. And then I will pass.
It's a fine Arsenal card.
There won't be an Arsenal, Zach. I don't have Arcane Barrier. Just don't swing the sword, right?
Well, I've swung the sword with 3 cards. But even better, let's just play Bramble Spark. Then we'll go Rites of Lightning. No fusion, but it is doing 1 arcane damage, which means you die.
Yay!
Kapow.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is good.
I actually like these old matchups. These are fun.
Yeah.
A little swingy, but I think it's blitz more than anything.
Yeah. I think it's good to learn on it and then carry on.
I'll tell you what, man. Take these decks, just go to 40 life.
Yeah.
It'd be more interesting.
Or even 30.
Yeah, just go to 40 with these.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we've done it here. That was fun. That's great fun. So like that just basic experience, $49, free shipping in the US, and that's for 2 players. So if you split that, it's essentially 25 each. You can learn the game really easily. Those Ira Starters, you can play 10 or so games, get the feel of things, rotate through these Tales of Aria decks, these blitz decks, probably 4 or 5 times on each hero. Just kind of pass it around, try the different matchups. And then you could even break them down and try to build 2 better decks by borrowing cards from the one that you're kind of cannibalizing.
Even just like from the Ira deck, if I could grab Scars for this Briar deck, that would be very good.
Yeah, totally. Oh, you could probably grab the Scars from the Ira deck. That's a great thinking.
And there's like blue 3 blocks in there and Lunging Press and things you can actually use. And
then, that's so true.
Again, too, it's like if you want more lightning cards in the Lexi deck, I think there's some in here that aren't in there.
You could do springboards too if you wanted.
Isn't that Ninja?
Blue Brutal? No, springboard's universal.
Oh, nice.
I put it in my Brute deck once. It's kind of right because the yellow swings the club. And then also you just get 3 random promos here between the 3 different colors.
Slap those in because they're shiny.
It was just like we had these left over. I think they're from the old Armory kits, aren't they? From Aria times.
I don't remember what those are from, but maybe.
They might be cooler than that. I don't know. But you'll get a color of each of them. So a red, blue, or yellow Burgeoning, red, blue, or yellow Weave, red, blue, or yellow Polar Blast. Might be blues for everything, might be reds for everything, might be yellows for everything. And then the Majestic Token set, which we've been using today. So ultimately, what's the goal? The goal is to give people an easy way to start playing the game. I'm not convinced that the Classic Battles box is the way to do that. I think the Ira Starter decks are the best resource that Flesh and Blood has, so I wanted to get those in there. And then also giving 3 heroes that, as you said, are pretty meta relevant right now. So you're not just kind of like getting starter decks and then immediately buying new heroes. These are heroes you'll see played at the Pro Tours. You'll see them actually utilized at the top level.
And I think on the Classic Battles, one of the interesting things about that is like it feels like a starter product that if you have played card games, I think you would be fine.
Yeah.
But the Ira deck to me is both, you could literally teach anybody, even if they've never played a card game with it. And then on top of that is just the most fundamental fab.
It's so good.
Which I'm a huge fan of. And then past that point, if you are looking to go past that and you're watching this at some point, the 2 sets I highly recommend. One is Uprising if it's anywhere near when we post this video. I think that's a really good pivot into do like a seal with the box or something.
It's also really nice because the Ira cards work with Phi.
Yeah, Ninja, Illusionist, and Icelander.
The other one, yeah.
The best of all time, though, to me, still is Welcome to Wraith, if you can find boxes of that. I think we actually have some of those on our website still, but that is dwindling. So I think those will eventually, if you're watching this many years from now, may not be available. But yeah, the limited, like just doing sealed pulls out of Welcome to Wraith, you get a lot of foundational cards. It's really hard to beat that set for me.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And this is a game that rewards you for learning the fundamentals before you learn the like hip combo deck or whatever in the format, which there's not much of that. It's really...
They're all gone.
It really isn't, right? It's just like,
once Prism is
pretty
gone,
fundamental.
Spectra is the most dubious keyword in the game.
Unfortunately, that is tied to a lot of those Light Illusionist cards, not just Prism.
Yeah, but it's helpful if she's just gone.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
But does it open the door to something even more degenerate? That's always the question of a metagame, right? Does it just become like snowman punching Oldham garbage?
I do think without Prism, Guardians are better, but they're already seemingly good.
Yeah, Guardians are always good.
But yeah, so I'm just looking forward to that happening.
All right, well, if anyone has any questions for us, leave them in the comments. Leave a YouTube comment. I will answer those when possible.
And if you want to ask a question via text, hit up the community texting. I'm mostly the one doing that, /always.
Oh, and then, lastly of all, 2 weeks ago, we lowered our Flesh and Blood booster box subscription to MAP, which is 76, I think. So that's the lowest you can advertise it.
That was like 79, right?
Matched the market pricing that we were observing for those sets.
$79.92 per box.
I guess it was 76 before they upped it, the 99.
Yeah, it used to be 95 down to 76, etc. That's where that came from.
Yeah, so it comes with that, and it comes with an exclusive promo, alternate art of a card from whatever set is being shipped. So we've got the next set coming up. I don't know if it's official. Have you heard it's apparently called Dynasty?
That's what I've been hearing. But we also heard that Monarch was originally called Kingdoms, is like a code name.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like... story-wise, there's the whole like Dromai and Phi are siblings, and it's this whole like,
They're trying to like vie for the kingdom or something.
Well, I think Phi is leading like a rebellion.
Yeah.
Against the Emperor, who's trying to be Emperor, and the Emperor's like, "Hey, Dromai, go deal with this."
And it's definitely not just Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I mean, Icelander is a lot like what's her name?
Katara.
It's just,
and then you have Phi, who's a lot like Zuko, and then you have
Dromai,
who's a lot like Azula, who's with the Emperor and Empire.
If you haven't seen Avatar: Last Airbender, the show, do yourself a huge favor.
It's great.
Watch it. It's a cartoon. Get like 6 episodes in.
You mean anime?
Yeah.
And never watch the movie. The live action one.
Yeah, what movie?
Ugh.
Yeah. Anyways, this was great. Thank you all for being here. Everyone that's already bought the bundle and or a subscriber, we couldn't do any of this without you, so thank you a million times. Thank you. And if you got a fab event, say hi. We'd love to say hello and meet you.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.